Tune in to Madden 19 on EA Sports.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, it's an NFC West battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. On the return, this is Rashad Ross now. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. It'll be Jacoby Brissett under center, their third-year quarterback out of NC State.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Brissett on first down. Throw inside, caught by Butler. And right away, he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
Put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense, and how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
A second down throw for Brissett. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. So they got the deal done, and now he can just focus on football. He's got that behind him. Family not going anywhere, staying put. He can focus on football.
And I like how you mentioned the family, because that's a huge part of it, because everyone needs to be happy and comfortable. And, you know, while this process was going on, people had to be wondering, especially within his own crew, are we going to have to move? Are we going to have to change things? Not anymore. They get to stay where they're comfortable and familiar.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And here are the offensive starters for Arizona.
And how about wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald? Back for his 15th NFL season. This is not a ceremonial appearance. He had 109 catches last season. He will help the new quarterback of the Cardinals become better right away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On play action, Brissett. They'll roll him out right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. J.J. Nelson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. Dawson tacks on the point after, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now the Georgia center man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Brissett to throw on 1st. And the Niners get there and bring him down. DeForest Buckner getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. On 2nd down, Johnson. Big hold to the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They go play action with Brissett. And this one complete to Jermaine Gresham. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The 1st down carry here for Johnson. Open space inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals will extend their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's David Johnson who provides the capper as he scores on the touchdown run. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They run once more with McKinnon. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. But likely not for long as they're in punt. Here's Bradley Pinion now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now it's Peterson. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Again, it's Johnson. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Losing 4 yards that time. And now it's 4th down.
How many times do we hear from coaches, get north and south as a runner, especially in short yardage situations? I'd say 3rd and 1 counts. That didn't happen there.
Instead, they went backwards. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum? Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo, and able to find Garcon. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Garcon with his first grab, good enough for a 1st down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back here right after this. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A solid gain of 15 yards in the sticks move. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 6 there on 1st. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Play action. Garoppolo. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Caught left side, Garcon. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Pierre Garcon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
And now here's Ross. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. A 1st down throw for Brissett. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
On 3rd down, Brissett. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? You're exactly right. It takes a fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, oh boy, you wish you hadn't.
And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half. Garoppolo on 1st down. And he will find his man on the outside. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Here we go. Like 20.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That's good for a Niner first down. Garoppolo to Garcon. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Akello Witherspoon. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. And Gold is able to put it through. So we have an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Come on, let's go!
Back near his goal line, Brissett. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Nelson. First down, Brissett. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Second down, Brissett dancing to his left. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Cardinals on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Brissett. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They stay on the ground on first for Johnson. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Play action now. Brissett on the move to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Larry Fitzgerald, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Dawson tacks on the point after, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. Garoppolo to Goodwin there for a 49er first. They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all.
Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter.
20, 180.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Trent Taylor there. And it'll bring up third down.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
20, 180.
On third and long, it's Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Sometime in this fourth quarter, someone on defense is going to have to step up and force a turnover.
Come on, let's go.
They go to Johnson again. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Come on, let's go.
Brissett to throw on first. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. DeForest Buckner able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be third down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Flush to his right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Come on, let's go.
From the gun, here's Brissett. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Hey, come on, let's go.
On the bootleg, it's Brissett. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by a Keller Witherspoon. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Well, there you go. You said someone was going to have to step up, force a turnover. That's exactly what they needed.
And now they need to capitalize, get this back to a one-score game. From there, anything can happen.
Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And all the way down to the 39. A big play there for the Niners. 48 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On first down, Garoppolo. Looking right sideline, but it It's incomplete. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Garoppolo to try again on second down. A dump down to McKinnon. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're going to have a third down. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So that drive spanned 5 plays. So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
Let's go!
Now a handoff. Johnson, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And the 49ers going to take another timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And down inside the 15 he goes. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one.
Here we go! Brad 38! Brad 38!
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Cardinals, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.